Like objects.
Object art.
How could that be sexually attractive?
That was part of it. A woman with curves. 3 curves. Sexual curves. A sexual woman was a woman who succumbed to her appetites. Appetites? You mean like food?
And sex.
And since a woman was supposed to be morally superior and spiritual, she had to deny those appetites. Which appetites? All of them?
No sex ever. To succumb to those appetites is to be like an animal, whereas women were supposed to be more spiritual.
Women didn't even eat meat. It was supposed to only steal feelings and sexual desires. In the Victorian era, women suffered from a green sickness from a lack of iron.
But surely once women were reproducing and having kids, it was okay to have curves. It's natural.
Natural was not in fashion. Remember the corsets that put women into a curve?
The S-bend pushed the bust up and the butt out.
And they were going for the 18-inch waist.
Imagine the damage done to the bodies. So a woman could have curves, just not natural ones.
That's right. And from then on, the fashion became no curves at all. Straight up and down.
Women bound their breasts so they wouldn't get in the way of dress or jewelry.
What does it say about women's fashion when it's to look like me?
What me?
For a while, you either had to look like an underdeveloped teenager, or you got married, and then it was okay to look matronly.
What's that? Like a woman past your prime, not a sexual object. A mom or grandmother, someone who's always taking care of somebody. Asexual.
Yeah, my mom's not like that. People say she's a MILF.
Mine either. And my mom wears my clothes. And she always says that you have to stay small and feminine to catch a man. Well, that's my point. Nowadays, the moms are so sexy. It's okay to be sexy, cougars even, as long as you still have a teenage body. When did that happen?
Around the 20th century, when functional bathing suits came around, the more skin showed, the skinnier you had to be.
So now we equate thin with sexually desirable and fat with not attractive. Is that it?
It's also unhealthy and shameful. I get that it can be unhealthy, but why do I need to feel ashamed?
Well, it all goes back to those appetites. Anybody who was fat had no self-control, like some big, dumb animal.
Excuse me?
Well, I'm just saying, that's the way that people thought. It all goes back to the Puritan ethic. Denying your actual appetite meant suppressing your sexual appetite. But I thought we just said that fat and sex don't mix. Well, when condoms and birth control became more widely used, women were freer to become sexual beings. Since sex wasn't automatically equating to babies, being sexually attractive took on a longer lifespan. So in the last 100 years, it's become okay to be sexy, even old and sexy, as long as you still have a teenage body. Uh-huh.
So fat and looking old are out. And thin equals youth, which equals sexy. That's in.
You got it!
So where does that leave me?
And me.
And me.
And me.
Well, in today's world, and according to pretty much all of the media, you don't exist.
Which doesn't mean you shouldn't exist.
Yeah, it just feels that way.
Well, now I feel like shit. Less than shit, I feel like I should apologize for not being invisible.
Oh, hell no. If I don't fit in with society, that's not my problem. It's theirs.
I'm not just going to disappear. My mom used to say, when you were little, you were so shy, I almost forgot I have 2 children. My grandpa would make comments like how a lady doesn't swear, doesn't drink, and doesn't take up too much room. So I guess I always felt like I took up too much space. No matter how quiet I was, I always took up space. So I stopped eating. I'd write down everything that went into my mouth in a day, and at first my journal entry was about 1,600 calories, and then 1,800, 500. My journal entry was something like, today I ate half an apple, 6 sunflower seeds, 1 chicken wing, no skin. But I still took up space. I still got taller. I actually stopped losing weight. I was starving all the time. I diet all day and go on binges at night. And then one day I thought, what are you so afraid of? And I thought, to hell with it. I'm going to take up as much space as I can. Why not? I promise you I'm worth every inch of it. Make room for me.
That's what I say. Am I in your way? You better make some room.
Listen up, people, because I'm not going anywhere.
Watch out, world. I'm gonna take some space.
I belong here just like anyone in the human race.
Watch out there, 'cause here I come. I'm a one-woman revolution.
Watch out there, 'cause I'm not dead. I know you called for inspiration.
Better clear some space, better make some room. 'Cause I'm not at all what you presume. I got just what it takes. So better make some space. No more hanging, no more fighting by the rules of those who are shining. I'm not what I am now. Tell 'em, girl. I just realized I would apologize for the lack of compromise. This week is all I got. Stop your whining, stop your trying to fit me in a box that's too confining. This me is too damn hot. Better clear some space, better make some room. 'Cause I'm not at all what you presume. And I got just what it takes. So better make some room. This flower here's about to bloom. You think you know me, you all assume. And I'll just vanish without a trace. Better make some space.
Well, now I feel better.
Me too, a little bit.
Same. What?
Okay, you don't like the way you look because you don't look like everyone else.
But we don't like the way that we look either.
Are you kidding me? I would kill to look like you.
Yeah. What do you got to whine about?
I agree. You're not all that, but at least you're on the other side. You're thin.
I can see it.
Just because we look the way that we do doesn't mean that we don't feel the pressure.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. It's always there.
And there's no satisfaction? Ever?
No stopping.
No resting.
No relaxing.
For me, it's my mom's voice just constantly in my head. Don't slouch! You're getting over it. No boys, no boys. You're bad. You don't need to eat that. You don't need to eat that. These jeans are getting tight. How can I be proud of you if you look like that? How can I be proud? I always wanted to make my mom proud, but I never can.
At 5 years old.
Mommy, what? The teacher said that my drawing was the best. You see, it's me and you in the park. Why did you draw me so fat?
At 9 years old.
Mommy, guess what? They cast me as Cinderella in the school play. Oh, they picked a chunky little girl like you. Didn't anyone else audition?
At 14 years old.
Hey, Mom, guess what? I made the honor roll. Well, that's nice, but remember, boys are more interested in your bust size than your brain size.
At 16 years old.
Hey, Mom, guess what? I made varsity track. Oh, that's wonderful. Now you finally lose all that baby weight in those thunder thighs.
At 18 years old.
Mom, I got my acceptance letter into Northwestern. That's nice. Oh, and Brian Jenkins invited me to the prom. Oh, that's wonderful. I bet you win king and queen. Oh, really? We're both going to have to go on a strict diet starting right now. At graduation, I finally heard those words for the first time. Today, my baby graduates from high school. And look at you. You're so thin and beautiful. I'm so proud.
I'm so proud.
I feel like I'm trapped in this prison where I can never please anybody and never be perfect. But I have to keep trying. Every day.
Remember what you said about women being moral and spiritual? It's like all that's been traded away for the outer package.
So, I know what you're thinking. He's not fat. He looks fine. Maybe not all that, but I know you don't look at me and see some chub monster. But the truth is, I used to be fat. A lot heavier. You know the freshman 15? Well, for me, it was the freshman 50. And I did not wear it well. But I lost the weight. I worked out, I changed my eating habits, and I got super, super conscious about it. And now I'm fine. I stopped buying a bunch of new clothes and getting compliments and looking in the mirror. I've looked this way for over a year now. This is my new normal. But there's like a shadow or a void of where the weight used to be. Not here necessarily, but here. Like there was a person that used to be there and now they're gone and there's this emptiness. I could almost say that I miss it, but I don't quite. I don't want the way back. It was the struggle though. The struggle was a constant. It filled every waking moment. And I know, you know how the Grinch couldn't think about anything else except stealing Christmas. And he worked so hard to pull all of that presents up that mountain, and he actually got everything he worked so hard for, except his ultimate goal. And he put all of his effort into stealing Christmas and being Santa Claus and creeping around the floor like a snake, and actually it all paid off for him. Except it didn't. His heart grew 3 sizes in terms of happiness when he heard them sing, but he didn't get what he wanted. But then he wanted what he got. So what happens to all of that wanting? Can you quit a struggle just because you win? Can you ever win if perfection is the goal? I'm like that. I got everything I wanted, a new body, and my heart grew 3 sizes in terms of health and benefits and all of that. But the old me, all the old pictures of me, all of that work I put into losing the weight, to work out, and to win, that's all gone now. But it isn't. The emptiness is heavy and cloying, and the void is so full. I'm in a prison of my own making.
No matter what I do, the me inside doesn't count. Only the outside matters.
Remember what you said about women being moral and spiritual? It's like all that's been traded away for the outer package.
What about what's in the inside? Is it all about being sexually attractive?
Were we supposed to learn about that in church?
Every Sunday, I'd go to church with my grandmother. She used to be a model, so looks were very important to her. My dress was stiff and scratchy, and if I wiggled or itched at all, she'd pinch me and she'd say, "That little Gracie Davis was just an angel. Why couldn't you look more like her?" It was like a Pee-wee beauty competition in the congregation.
Again, who you are is conflated with looks, not actions.
Way to talk the talk but not walk the walk. Who cares when people only notice the talk?
When I was 16, I got breasts, and she got breast cancer. She was dying. I'd sit and watch over her bed and give her her pain meds and read her Cosmo and Vogue. When she was lucid, she'd tell me to be a model, that I had the figure for it. And then one day, she grabbed my arm with her bony hand, and I looked into her face, which was really just skeletal. And I thought that as the wrinkles sort of fell away, you could see her cheekbones, and that she looked sort of beautiful, just like the models in the magazine. She said,
Don't ever get fat.
"I won't. I promise." And then I took a syringe that I had in my hand, and I injected it into the IV, and I did it again and again and again, until she was finally at peace. But no matter how hard I try, I'm still not thin enough to be a model. My waist is 36, but should be no more than 35. My hips are 2 inches too big. To meet for my weight, I can weigh 150 with my height. But to be a model, I'm supposed to weigh 150. So I keep trying to lose weight. I'm in a prison of my own making. And the bars, well, they're made of food. I'm in a prison of my own making. I'm trapped by my own thoughts. We're the dancing lights one forsaking, the gifts we all have got.
Our lives spent in penitentiary, and the bars are made of food. This has been going on for centuries, which leads me to conclude